嘿，大家好，希望大家都可以听得清楚。如果可以听到我说的话，可以打一个1。OK，OK，大家都可以听到。我现在，如果你们已经看了我的直播，你应该知道，今天就在一个新的角色。我们2天前就从西班牙，飞到保加利亚，所以今天在保加利亚的一家酒店。我希望这家酒店的网络速度够快。如果有问题的话，我们如果有网络问题，如果有卡住或者类似的问题，我们也需要做的就是关掉这个直播，然后再开另外一个。所以我先要问大家，在雅思口语考试整个题库有多少个话题？好像有网络问题，就连不到。你觉得吗？我已经看到了一个消息。OK，我也问就是雅思口语考试一共有多少个话题？一共有多少个 Part 2和 Part 3话题？有没有人知道？一共有多少？没有人知道。有一个人说三个话题。所以我猜你还没有理解我的问题。所以那个所以每年有几次雅思发布新的口语话题？我的问题就是你就是一共有多少个话题？如果你下个周末去考雅思，然后你要准备所有你也许要回答的 Part 2和 Part 3话题，你要提前准备。你需要准备多少个话题？有没有人知道？OK，已经有一些人回答，很好，都对了，50个，一共有50个话题。但是有一些人不太理解这件事情，所以我今天要解释一下。因为有一些人以为，因为9月份他们刚刚发布了新的亚瑟口语话题，所以有一些人以为所有可以从9月份开始，所有有遇到的话题都是这些9月份发布的，但是那不是事实。所以真正的情况就是这样，每年1月份他们会发布新的话题，所以每年然后所以他们会发布新的话题，然后所有那些新的话题都在一个就在考官会用的那本书里。所以一本亚瑟话题书有25个话题，所以比如说每年的1月份会有一个Book A 就是就有25个新话题，然后那些话题会持续到9月份，他们会持续到9月份到8月底。然后5月份他们再会举办25个新的话题。所以如果你比如说你要在5月份或者6月份或者7月份考雅思的话，你也许会遇到 Book B 其中的一个话题，但是你也许会遇到 Book A， 就是1月份举办的那些话题。所以每一本有口语话题的书都会持续8个月。所以比如说这些刚刚举办的9月份的这些话题大家应该已经知道，他们会持续到什么时候？到明年，可以说具体一点，明年什么时候？明年哪一个月？他们会持续到明年5月份。所以就是9月份举办的，9月份举办了一个新的 A， 所以从9月份开始已经没有那些1月份的那些1月份的话题已经到期了。所以 如果你这个月、下个月、11月份、12月份去考雅思的话，你也许会遇到9月份举办的话题，但是你还是也许会遇到5月份举办的话题，然后明年1月份会有新的话题，所以今年12月31号，就是5月份的话题会到期，所以从明年1月份、2月份、3月份和4月份，你也许会遇到 January 1月份的话题，你也许还是会遇到September 的9月份的，所以每一次发布一个新的雅思话题的书，那一本书会持续8个月。OK， 我知道也许有一些学生已经理解所有我说的话，但是有一些人我经常要回答这样的问题，很多学生都不理解这一件事情，所以我希望都可以我解释以后人人都理解。OK， 我们应该开始练习英语吧。然后我们一开始就要练习 Part 1. Okay, so if you're ready and if you want to try answering Part 1 questions, here's a good opportunity. Put up your hand and I'll ask one person the questions without telling you the topic, or without telling you the questions beforehand. So you've got one candidate, just two people so far. Okay, you got 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, time up. All right, Lynn is going to choose the students today. We're going to have our first student. Hello. Ruby, is it?
Yeah.
Hi, Ruby. How are you?
Fine.
Me too. Okay, good. Right, Ruby, our Part 1 topic today is recycling. So, Ruby, do you recycle things?
Have you said the question? I didn't heard it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say it again. Right. Do you recycle things?
Yeah, actually, when I just buy something like plastic bag from the shopping mall, I will just put it on one just put together in some place. Then next time, if I have to use the plastic bags, I will just pick it up and just to try put something in.
Thank you. Okay. And what kinds of things do you recycle?
There's a varieties of things like plastic bags I just told before. Sometimes the bottle and maybe some clothes. If the clothes is too short for me, I would just use it as to clean the house, like maybe just about this.
Mm-hmm. Did you recycle things when you were a child?
When I was a child, I used to collect the like bottles. They are very bright and beautiful. And my mom also just give me some present like just more. I just didn't. I didn't remember it right now.
Okay. The last question. Will you continue to recycle things in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just in this year, the global environment are becoming more and more just very serious. So for me, I would like to make my efforts to contribute to the recycle of the materials in the future.
Why?
Just as I was told by my mom since I was a little child, my mom also told me you have to just take the advantage of all the material you use, like bottles. They also, if I just threw them away, it may pollute the environment. So I would just try to recycle them and use them.
Okay, thanks, Ruby. All right, thank you. Ruby, the main point, and I've listened to a few different students answer these questions about recycling.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have a misunderstanding about recycling, okay? So there's a difference between these two verbs, right? To recycle something as against to reuse something,
Oh.
Now, what you were talking about there,
yeah, I just missed.
and what a lot of other students I heard ask, what you were talking about most of the time was talking about reusing something. Like, for example, if you get a bag from the supermarket, and then the next time you go to the supermarket, you bring the same plastic bag, you're not recycling it. You're just reusing it, okay? So in English, these are two different concepts. So in English, recycling is it's mainly just like, separating your rubbish and putting plastic stuff in the plastic bin, and then glass stuff in the glass bin, and then the waste disposal company does the recycling. So for an individual, recycling is just separating your rubbish and putting it into the appropriate bin. That's recycling. Whereas what you were talking about mainly was reusing things, which is a little bit, it's similar, but it's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the same as recycling. Okay. Yeah. Okay. One more point, right? One more point. Just a vocabulary point. So you said, I would like to make efforts, or something. I would like to make efforts to recycle, or I would like to make efforts to recycle. So we can't really make efforts to do. Yeah, we wouldn't really say to make efforts to do something. We would say, we'd probably say, I will try to
recycle.
Yeah, continue recycling, or I'll try to recycle things.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, here's maybe a better one that's more in line with what you were trying to say. It's, I will do my best.
Yeah. Maybe I just use it wrong.
I will do my best to recycle.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of an example when we could say make efforts to do. I don't think we can say make efforts to do something. I don't think that's the expression in English. You can put effort into something. But we can't make efforts to do something. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Ruby. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's get another student. So you guys have seen the questions now, and you've heard about the difference between reuse and recycle. So it should be a little bit easier for you guys now. So, okay, we've got another student.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. What's your name?
Call me Amber. Thank you.
Amber. Okay, Amber.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Amber. Question number 1: Do you recycle things?
Definitely yes. I will recycle some cans or the papers. I will sell it and I've got some money if I recycle it.
Okay. Did you recycle things when you were a child?
Oh yes, since I was 8 years old, I did the recycling with my roommates, because at that time we didn't have much money, so we recycled the cans at the ground and sold it, and we used that money buy some candies.
Okay. Will you continue in the future?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. The internet is.
Will you continue to recycle things in the future?
Yes, I think recycling is a very good way to protect the environment, because it can help us reduce the solid waste, and moreover, it can reduce the pollution of air, water, and land. Yeah.
Okay, pretty good. Okay, thank you, Amber. Pretty good. So let's see. Just maybe first one thing I didn't quite understand. So you said that you sometimes recycle things and you sell them.
Yeah.
Sell them. I
sell
don't
them.
understand this. How you sell them to who?
To who?
Yeah.
There's one store, they collect the waste, the solid waste, like the can, the papers, the bottle, and if you give if I give to them, they will give you some money. This is a very special shop in China.
Okay. So how many cans do you have to give them to get how many cans or bottles do you have to give them?
Let me think. Maybe at that time we collected among maybe 100 cans and they gave us 15 RMB. 15. Yes, it's very
okay.
Yeah, but it's enough for us because since we are a child.
Okay.
We are children, yeah.
No, okay. Let's see, because you said that you did this since you were 8 years old. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you said you did it with your roommates. So, were you in a boarding school or something?
Yes,
primary school or what?
I was studying in boarding school, so I have roommates. About 8
Very
students.
Good. Okay. Very good. Okay, that makes sense. I would just say that if you have to talk about like your primary school roommates or something in the exam, I would say you should mention that I went to a boarding school, so I had roommates. Because I was thinking, how did you have roommates? And I thought maybe you mispronounced 8 and you meant 18 when I was 18. But actually now I understand it. But when you're talking about something kind of unusual or unexpected like that, like you don't expect an 8-year-old to have roommates. So you have to explain it. So you'd have to say, I was in a boarding. You have to say, well, I was in a boarding school, so I had roommates when I was 8, and we used to go and collect cans and bottles together and stuff like that. Is that clear?
Thank you.
So otherwise, okay. Apart from all that, it all made sense. So well done, Amber. Pretty good answers to those questions. Well done. Thank you. Okay. And let's see. We've just got 2 more students waiting, so I'm going to give each of them a couple of questions.
Okay. Hi, good evening.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, this is
your
Echo.
name Echo?
Yeah.
Okay, hi Echo. Cool. Okay, Echo. So question number 1, do you recycle things?
Yes, absolutely. Since I was young, my parents aim to develop a habit of me, which is you should nurture recycle things, and in this way you could not only save money in some ways, but also you can, as last girl said, you could get some money.
What kinds of things do you recycle?
For example, plastic bags. I'm sorry, plastic bottles, glass bottles, and zig top cans, and so on. And newspapers as well. And at the end of each month, we will go to the recycle bin. We will sell all of this stuff to the owner of the recycle bin. So, and we could get a part of money. That's all.
Okay, cool, right. And will you continue to recycle things in the future?
Absolutely yes. Sometimes I have to say I am a lover of DIY, and now I am learning how to transfer the old jeans or old clothes into messenger bags. So in this way, I could not only make contributions to the environment, to save energies, to save the resources, to do help for the environment, but also I can save money. I don't need to buy any bags anymore. So I think that's quite good.
Thank you, Echo. Okay, thank you. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. So well done. You explained your answers pretty well. I understood all your answers.
Thanks a lot.
You used some good vocabulary, so that was good. Let's see. There's maybe one or two things I want to correct. So in your last question, you said, in your last answer, you said, I want to make contributions to the environment. Make contributions to the environment. So that's not something a native English speaker would say. That I hear this from Chinese speakers of English a lot, and it's not English that a native speaker would use. So it's not make contributions to the environment. Does anybody at home know how would we say that? How would we say that? Do something, something to the environment.
Do something good to the environment. Or
no, we can't say. We can't do something good to the environment. No.
Do something to the ecosystem, or do something for the protection of the environment.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Yeah, we would usually say to do something to help the environment.
To help environment.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit weird. I feel help is like to help someone.
Yeah, but that's it. Usually is. It usually is to help someone, but you can also help the environment. It's a very common collocation. Now, one verb that you said there was protect. That's okay too. You could do something to protect the environment. That's good. That's good as well. So, but the one we most commonly say is to do something to help the environment. And we've got
thanks a lot.
I see a few answers now. Do something good for the environment. Okay, good. Do something positive to the environment. So it would be positive for the environment. Somebody says make positive efforts. No, we wouldn't say make efforts. So yeah, do something to help the environment. Okay, and let's see. There was one thing in your answer to the second question that I didn't understand, Echo. You said we will get a something of money. We will get a something of money. I don't.
Actually, I said some part of money because I have to say every time I talk with you, I'm quite nervous. So sometimes I could not help but say something stupid.
Okay, so let's try it again. Let's try again.
Excuse me, the internet in my home is not very good. I think it's we could get some money, just some money. A very simple answer.
Good. Well done, Echo. Exactly. Yeah, we could get some money. Very good. Well done. Okay. And that's it. So 还有一个学生等了很久，应该是
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Maggie. Hello.
Hi. Yeah, Becky.
Hi, Maggie. Hi. Okay. All right, Maggie. First question. Do you recycle things?
I don't think I recycle things often. Sometimes I might sell some of the papers for some money, but I did do recycling quite a lot last year because I lived in New Zealand. So it's kind of like they're used to classify different categories of waste, and normally we will put we will put papers or bottles into the yellow bin, and which will going to be recycled. Yeah.
Did you recycle things when you were a child?
As far as I can remember, I didn't do a lot of recycling when I was a child, because normally we just throw any types of waste into the same dustbin. So I'm not sure whether they will be recycled or classified when they are processed.
Okay. Will you continue to recycle things in the future?
Yes, I think so, because it's really a good thing to help the environment. And I know now almost any government in any country encourage their people to do recycling, because we have the limited amount of resources like petrol or water. And I think the waste should,
go ahead. One more.
The waste should be processed in a proper way. So some of them can be recycled, some of them should be buried in the soil. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, good job, Maggie. Well done. Very good answers. Very good answers. Okay, there was a lot of things I liked about your answers, especially for your second question. So the second question was, the second question I asked you was, did you recycle things when you were a child? And you said no. Very good, because I know. You know, I lived in China for 6 years, and at that time, people didn't generally recycle things. But I've heard maybe 10 or 15 people answer this question so far, and everybody is saying, yes, when I was a child, I used to recycle everything, and my parents, they love recycling so much that they used to teach me every evening about how important it was to recycle. We used to have big, long conversations about how much we love recycling. You know, it's not very realistic. Now, in fairness, Echo's answer was pretty good, because she actually gave some examples of them actually going to the recycling depot and getting money for the stuff that they recycle. So that made sense. That made good sense. But a lot of the answers that I've heard from like before today were people just lying basically about all the recycling they did when they really didn't do it. So that was good. A good, honest answer there, Maggie. And just one vocabulary thing about, so the things that you recycle. So you said papers. That's
paper.
That's not what we use. So paper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So paper can be countable. So it can be countable. So there is the word papers, but usually when we're talking about rubbish, we would just say paper. So I usually recycle paper. Usually if we say papers, we're usually talking about newspapers. Like I didn't read the papers yesterday, something like that. So yeah, that was the only small thing. But overall, excellent answers. Thank you, Maggie. Okay. Soy woman. All right. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Part one 已经做完了，然后有一个学生会问，有一个学生发一个问题，应该算是 recycling， 只要取决于哪个东西是不是变成另外一个东西。recycling 就是某一个塑料的或者玻璃的东西或者其他类型的东西，就是换成形式，换成做一个完全新的东西，那就是 recycling。所以取决于他们用那些东西做什么。但是如果他们把它变成另外一个新的东西，然后再用，它就是 recycling。All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. 所以我们就要开始 Part 2， 但是先要提出来一些小的事情，就是有一些人想知道我们 Learn with John 小组口语课怎么报名，还有位置，然后实际上基本上没有位置，直到10月7号都没有位置。所以如果想10月7号剩下来一个位置，如果10月份或者12月份考雅思，然后你想跟我一起练习你的口语，你应该尽可能的找定那个10月7号最后的一个位置。 但是明天有一个特别的情况，因为明天有一个学生请假，所以如果你只要上一个单独的，就是体验一节课的话，明天可以，明天有一个位置，但是明天之后直到10月7号都没有位置，然后10月7号以后好像直到11月份都没有位置，所以这就是基本上是你最后一个机会。还有呢，我们 Learn with John 40天教材就是上个礼拜去办的，所以如果你想用因子跟读法，也用双向翻译 bidirectional translation， 就是我喜欢用的学习方法来准备你的雅思的话，你可以下载我们Learn with John 40天雅思教材。Okay, let's move on to part 2. So if you have been in these live classes before, you know what I like to do. So I'll give you guys 2 part 2 topics, and I'll give you guys a minute to prepare them, and you can prepare whichever one you want. You can talk about whichever one you want. So let's see. So we've got one topic about describe a time someone talked to you about something you were not interested in. So a time that somebody talked to you about something you were not interested in. The second one is describe a time when you saw children behave badly in public. Describe a time when you saw children behave badly in public. 这个第二个话题，我在3个不同的地方看了不同这个话题的一些不同版本。有一些是 describe a time when you saw a child 一个孩子，然后在其他地方我看到了 saw children， 所以多个孩子。我觉得就是如果我要准备雅思，我会做的就是准备 children， 准备多个孩子，因为不管真的题目是 a child 或者 children， 只要你谈论 children， 只要你谈论多个，那2个话题都合适。所以如果你要准备这个话题，我推荐你准备一个关于 children， 不只是一个孩子，多个孩子的回答。Okay, so your time to prepare. So remember, just choose one of these topics, whichever one you want, and you've got 1 minute to prepare. Your time to prepare starts now. Okay, 1 minute is up. Time is up. So we're going to start with the topic about.
Hello.
We're going to start with the topic about someone who talks to you about something you were not interested in. So, hi, what's your name?
I am Kate.
Hi, Kate. Okay, Kate, did you prepare this topic, the one about someone who talked to you about something you're not interested in?
Yes, I did.
Did you prepare that one?
Yes,
fantastic,
I did.
Fantastic. Okay, Kate. Okay, cool. Okay, Kate. So I'd like you to describe a time when I'd like you to describe a time when someone talked to you about something you were not interested in. You've got 1 to 2 minutes for this. You can start speaking now, please.
Okay, so it was last week. I can't remember the exact day, but maybe it was the last Saturday night. I met this boy on an online application called So. So this is an application it's sort of like a dating app. So at the very first beginning, we talked about something I am interested in, like movies, art. The conversation was quite nice. But somehow this boy started to talk about the girls he dated before, and it was sort of like he was showing off like how a charming he is. But for me, he's sort of dumb. He talks too much, and uh, for me, he's like a quirky player. I don't know. So I can't I can't bear the conversation with him. In about 15 minutes, yeah, he talked about the girls he dated for 15 minutes. Then I found an excuse. I said, sorry, I have something to do. And then I hang up the phone.
Thank you, Kate. Okay, thank you, Kate. Right, well done. Very good answer, Kate. Well done. Okay, pretty good. So
Thank you.
a lot of good sentences, a lot of sentences that I can't make any corrections to. A lot of sentences that were, grammatically perfect. So well done. The story itself, pretty good, pretty believable story. So yeah, definitely a lot of girls have had that kind of experience. Maybe not. I'm not sure if a lot of girls have experience of guys talking about other girls that they dated, but maybe it's still quite believable. Let's see. I want to highlight a good piece of vocabulary you used. He was
Okay.
showing off. Sorry, I'm going to write that for everybody. He was showing off, to show off. Okay, very good. He was showing off. So to show off is like to boast or to brag or to really praise yourself, to praise oneself and to try to make yourself seem really excellent. So very good. He was showing off. Just maybe one expression that I think you should change.
Okay.
You said he is like a quirky player. He is like a quirky player. So the problem with that is it's not really a derogatory term. So especially quirky it can be good, it can be bad. Usually it's probably more likely to be good than bad. So
really?
and player is kind of the same. It's kind of the same. So I know you wanted to explain why you didn't like this guy. So I think you wanted to use more some kind of a negative adjective there. So I don't think a quirky player is an appropriate adjective. So you could probably say he was annoying. He was annoying.
Okay, he's annoying.
It depends exactly what you wanted to say. I'm not sure exactly, but
yeah.
But anyway, maybe
I don't know
he was annoying, or he was hard to listen to, or something like that would be better. Okay, thanks, Kate. Cool. Right. Okay, let's try another student for this one. So we're sticking with the same topic, which is a time someone talked to you about something you were not interested in. Okay. Hello, Francis.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear.
Hi.
How about you? Could you hear me?
I can.
Okay,
Francis. So I'd like you to tell me about a time when someone talks to you about something you were not interested in. You can start speaking now, please.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share about my first day in the university when I met a roommate and we had a boring conversation then. It was 3 years ago in the August, and I was moving to my hall of residence. And I bumped into her in front of the door of the room. She was fashionable and good-looking, so she started to introduce herself to me briefly. So did I. Then we sank into awkward silence. A few minutes ago, she started to talk about beauty and cosmetics, which seems quite an unfamiliar topic for me. Oh, it is very kind of her to break the ice so I don't show apathy, but she mistook my attitude as if I was eager to dip into a toe into this brand new field, which excites her to talk more about the beauty celebrities.
Okay. Francis. Stop. Francis.
Hello.
All right.
Sorry.
Francis, okay. Yeah, hi. Okay, Francis, did you prepare this topic perhaps before today?
Yes.
Okay. Francis, how did you prepare?
Actually,
how did you prepare this topic? Did you write it down or? Go on.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I write down the materials from my experience, and I try to memorize all of these things I write down, but not completely reciting.
Okay, Francis. Let's see. How do I begin? So, Francis, do you know I've got a Wei Xing Gong Zhong Hao? Do you know that?
Yes, and I follow, and I am a fan of you.
Okay, but do you just look? Do you just look at the pictures, or do you read the article?
I just look at the topic, the topic card.
Okay. Well, you should read the articles, Francis. You should read the articles because if there's one message that I've said like 100 times maybe, or at least 50 times in the different articles, it's that you should not write down your IELTS answers and then memorize them. Okay. Do not write down your IELTS answers and then memorize them. And the result, Francis, is when you try to do that, it's very unusual and weird vocabulary. The result is that you will say, not just you, but anybody will say things that are really weird and that are things that a native speaker would never say. And so I was trying to write down all of them here, but I couldn't write so quickly. So I've already forgotten some of them. But for example, you said something about dip my toe into the conversation or something like that. I'm not sure what the hell it was. You said we sank into an awkward silence. We sank into an awkward silence. Francis, if you were speaking naturally, you would never say that. You would never say that if you were speaking naturally. You would only say that if you had memorized. Okay, so it sounds completely unnatural. This is the type of thing that examiners hate. We hate hearing these kind of things. My hall of residence. You mean your dorm? Your dorm. You went to your dorm. You didn't go to your hall. Like, if you were in Harry Potter, you might go to your hall of residence. If you were in like an old movie, an old British movie from the 1940s, you might go to your hall of residence. But you just say you go to your dorm. That's what a native will always
Oh, okay.
say. And remember, there's more, but don't write down your 50 topics for 50 answers for the 50 topics. Have you done that?
Yes.
Francis, 那50个题库上的50个话题，你都已经这样准备了吗？
Yes, and there may be an internet.
You've got a lost connection there.
Hello, wait.
Okay. Sorry, Francis, we've got a bit of a lost connection, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you, as long as you can hear me, it's okay. Or for anybody else who's in the same situation as Francis. So Francis, if you've prepared all those 50 topics, just take them, rip them up, throw them in the bin. Right? Here is how you can prepare the topics properly. Look at the topic. Look at the 50 topics. Look at one. Think of your idea. Think of an idea to answer that topic. Then practice saying that idea. Don't write anything down. Don't memorize anything. Just practice saying that idea. You can maybe even record yourself saying the idea. Then do that a few times. Do that maybe 3 or 4 times, and then just forget about it. That's it. That's enough. That's enough practice. That's enough preparation. Doing more than that will make it sound unnatural. And one of the key things in your IELTS exam is you want to sound natural. You don't want to use lots of weird vocabulary like in that answer there. Okay, let's do one more student for this topic. Hello, hi, JC, is it?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Hi,
Hi,
JC.
good
I can.
evening.
Yeah, I can. Okay, JC.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, JC. So it's the same topic for you. Can you start speaking now, please?
All right. So I'm honored to talk about someone talk to me, but I'm not interested. And actually, he's my colleague, and it happened on the day before yesterday. I can remember it because I felt like the conversation was a little awkward and embarrassed because at that time, during the lunch break, a couple of my colleagues they were talking about the marriage, but actually I just graduated from my college, so I don't know I don't know what I should say and I should talk with them. So I'm just to be do some fake smells, I think. So at that time, they are talking about how to fall in love with someone else and how to look for their girlfriends or boyfriends, even though about your soulmates. So and to be polite, I didn't quite the conversation, and I just need to stand there and listen to their conversation. So it was impressive, and also I felt uncomfortable actually.
Thank you.
So
Okay. Thank you, JC.
yeah,
Thank you.
and also
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
okay,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Okay, JC. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, I've got a few questions. First of all,
Uh-huh.
in your
Yeah.
first sentence? I didn't quite catch what you said in the first sentence. I think you said, "I'm honored to talk about." I'm honored to talk about.
No.
Whatever.
I remember I said I'm gonna talk about
I want to
the
talk about.
topic.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. I just didn't hear that clearly. So okay, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. There's There's one word that you're pronouncing incorrectly. So I'm going to write it for you.
Yeah, okay. Our colleague.
Yeah. What you were saying earlier was colleague, or colleagues. So it should be just like you said that time. Colleague, league.
Colleague.
Yeah, colleague. Yeah, my colleague,
Okay.
my colleagues,
Alright.
my colleagues.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Then later you said they were talking about how to fall in love with someone. They were talking about how to fall in love with someone. No, you don't have a clear
Yeah.
understanding of the expression to fall in love. I don't know. I don't know what you think it means, but it doesn't mean what you think it means. So you can't really talk about how to fall in love with them. It's not something that you can. It's not a skill. You know, falling in love with someone is not a skill. It's something that maybe happens to a person. So I don't. So I guess they were talking about how to find a boyfriend. If it was girls, they were probably talking about how to find a boyfriend. Is that what they were talking about?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
fall in love means coincidentally.
Kind of. Yeah. It's like when you meet somebody and you meet somebody and you really, 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 really like them. Okay. So it's not something that
Yeah.
that you can try to do. It's just you really like somebody. You fall in love with them. So it's like a
Okay.
feeling. It's not something. Yeah. Okay.
So you crush on her
so
or him.
So you mean to have a crush on someone?
Yeah.
That's different. That's just that's
Okay.
different. That's just to like someone. To have a crush on someone is to like someone. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So, but you didn't. So you didn't make it clear though. Why? Why wouldn't you like that? Why was that conversation boring for you? I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I'm ready to explain to you at the last part
Okay.
because I saw the
Okay.
question
Tell me now.
showed the last part.
Tell me now.
Yeah, because for me, I think there is a long time to to know about these things. I don't care about the topics they were talking about, but I cannot quit it. So that's why I didn't interested.
Okay. Okay, it seems a bit unusual, JC.
Yeah,
It seems a bit
yeah, I know.
unusual that somebody's not interested, that a girl is not interested in that topic. But okay, it's going to be. In fact, I would say you have to explain why. You know, you have to be careful to explain why you're not interested in that
Yeah,
topic.
yeah,
It's rare,
because
very rare
um,
that I meet a girl, who's like a girl in her 20s, let's say, or late teens or 20s or 30s or 40s, who's not interested in that topic. So you have to really explain why you're interested in that topic.
all right, okay.
Okay, thanks, JT. All right, thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to the other topic. We've got to move on to the next one, and so that is describe a time when you saw children behaving badly in public. Describe a time when you saw children behaving badly in public. So I guess a few people have also prepared this topic. So if you have prepared it for this topic, you can put up your hand now. Okay, we've got a few hands up. All right. Cool, and we've got one person we're just turned on your mic.
Hi,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
It's
Yeah.
Sherry.
What's your name? Sherry. Okay. Okay, Sherry. So I'd like you to describe a time when you saw children behaving badly in public. Remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. Don't worry if I stop you. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I would love to talk about a kid that I met in KFC. It happens a few months ago. All the restaurants just finally reopened after the COVID-19 mess. And I want to eat out because I haven't eat the real hamburgers and fried chickens for a long time. You know, the things that you couldn't cook for yourself in your home. So I go to KFC. When I ordered my meal and sat down, I found there's a kid with their parents sat next to me. I didn't do anything actually, but the kid pointed at my table and yelled at his parents, said that that he wants some of my food, maybe my fried chicken, because I thought I didn't say that in their table. Because maybe he wants some, but his parents didn't order one for him. I'm so awkward because he attracts attention from everyone. But there's a lot of people eat there, but they just ignore the children and his parents. Actually, I'm not surprising because that's what people do. If you accuse the children and his parents, maybe say something awful to you. But
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, Sherry. Not bad. That's the story is pretty good. You know, it's quite a typical thing that could definitely happen. That somebody goes to KFC and there's a kid who's behaving badly. So that's something that people would typically come across. So it's a good story. Well done, and some trouble with grammar in most of your sentences, but some good phrases as well. Like you said, he. So one time you said he attract attention from. So that's a good phrase, to attract attention. It should just the grammar was wrong. It should be he attracted attention from. But still, it's still a good phrase. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see.
I'm going to write that for everybody. To attract attention from somebody, or to attract attention from someone. That's a good one. Let's see. There, you had a pronunciation problem. You said. So how would you say this?
COVID-19.
You're not getting the V sound in that. So it's COVID. Vid. Yeah.
Is that better?
Exactly. COVID.
COVID.
It's a little better.
Thank you. I see.
Yeah. Vid. Just write that.
COVID.
Again, Sherry. Again.
COVID. Can you hear me?
Okay. It's not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Okay, a little bit better. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. Another time you said, I'm so awkward because. I'm so awkward because. No, I guess you mean 我很尴尬.
Yes.
Is that what you meant? Okay. So you can't be awkward. Or, well, I guess actually you can be awkward, but that's a different meaning. So I think what you could say it two ways. You could say, I was embarrassed, or you could say, it was really awkward. So either the situation was awkward, it was really awkward, or you could say, I felt embarrassed. Either of those would be okay.
Okay,
But you cannot say, I'm awkward. Not in that situation anyway. Okay. And the last thing is, just at the beginning, your first sentence, you said, I would love to talk about. Just say, I would like to talk about. There's no reason to say, I would love to talk about. That's too much. We wouldn't say that. So just say, I would like to talk about. That's fine. Not I would love to talk about. Okay.
Is there any difference?
Yes. Native speakers say, I would like to talk about very often. Native speakers almost never say, I would love to talk about.
So it's just about the rate of
So
the
you know
grammar.
the difference? Well, do you know the difference between like, what if I said, Sherry, I like you, or Sherry, I love you?
Oh,
Is there
that's
no
different.
difference?
I know.
Yeah, so it's similar here. There's a difference in saying I would love to talk about and I would like to talk about. And if you say I would love to talk about, it's just not natural. Why would you love to talk about a child? It doesn't make sense. Why would you love to talk about a child
Okay, I see.
misbehaving in public? It's not like you're so excited to talk about it. So it's not natural. Okay, thanks, Jerry. Thanks. Okay. Right. Let's see. Let's try two more students for this one. All right. So the next student is May. Hello,
Hi
May.
there. My name is May.
Hi. Great. Okay, May. All right.
Yeah.
So May, tell us about a time when you saw a child or when you saw children behaving badly in public.
Okay. Well, actually, I can't think of any similar situations, but one of my friends told me she has been into like this similar experience, which is she saw a child being badly in the public. It was like a year ago. We were at Starbucks starting to talk about children's education. So she told me this story that a kid bumped into her in the middle of the street, and at the beginning she was okay. She just saying like nothing and just expect a apology, but the attitude to their parents is not okay to her, because their parents saying, oh, my kid is young, my kids were young, and you should tolerate him, something like that. So so my friend was actually get a little bit angry, said this is not the right way to.
Thank you, May.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, May. Okay, May. Just let's look at the topic. So the topic. Why don't we look at the topic and you translate the topic into Chinese? Okay, so tell me what would this topic be in Chinese? Describe a time when you saw children behaving badly in public. How would we say that in Chinese?
I see.
How would we say that in Chinese?
I see. It's my own personal experience.
所以描述一次你看了小孩子在公共场合的不好行为。So it's
okay.
You saw 你看过 you saw, those are key words. So yeah, your friend's experience, your friend telling you about her experience has nothing to do with this topic. You saw the children behaving badly in public. So why can't you talk about your experience? I think everybody in the world has seen children behaving badly in public sometime. Probably several.
Yes. I just can't read. I just like empty in my mind, and when I when I saw this topic, I thought in the exam I don't have my personal experience, so I just want to talk about one of my friends told me. Yeah.
Okay, let me think of some situations or some places. No, let me think, because maybe some other people have the same problem. So I'm going to try and think of a few different situations where children might behave badly. So, for example, have you ever been on an airplane?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you never heard a child that wouldn't shut up on an airplane. Every time I go on an airplane, I always hear a child that won't shut up. Sometimes it's a baby, and that's okay. It's a baby. But sometimes it's like a 6-year-old or 7-year-old child who just won't stop making noise and screaming. So that's just one. Have you ever been to the cinema when there was a child making noise, or maybe several children making loud noise, and they wouldn't just sit and watch the movie? So that's another example. Supermarket. Very often, it's very common to see children misbehaving in the supermarket. Let's see, anytime if children have to like watch a speech or something like that, sometimes like parents will bring their children to watch a speech, and the speech will be very boring, so the child will be extremely bored, so the child will do lots and lots of things to entertain themselves and to get the attention of their parents and stuff like that. That's very common. Let's see, maybe one more. If you ever, sometimes, maybe not so much in China.
I see your point.
Probably
I
sometimes in
actually
China
remember
too, you might see
now.
children fight. Okay, yeah, I think so. I think everybody in the world has seen several instances of children behaving badly in public. So it shouldn't be too hard to think of an example.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So thanks, May. All right.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
Right, so May, for every topic, you should look at the list of topics. I talked about this earlier. Look at the list of topics and think of one idea for every topic. So you don't have to prepare your full answer, but at least have an idea. Okay, if I get the one about a boring conversation, I'm going to talk about this conversation that I had with some person. If I get the one about a country I would like to visit, I'm going to talk about Russia or whatever. Have an idea about what you want to talk about for every topic before you go and take the exam. Okay, next student.
Hi, John.
What's your name?
It's Melissa.
Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Melissa. So it's the same topic for you. Describe a time when you saw children behaving badly in public, and you can start speaking now, please.
Okay. Children are cute when they are well educated and who are stay quiet. I see that because just the day before yesterday in the morning, in the early morning and 7:30, I suddenly woke up because there were two children were making noise just outside of my window in a narrow street. They were screaming, they were running, they were making happy laughing, which made me sick. I just wanted to sleep more at the weekend. Yeah, I guess that is why they are making noise, woke up so early because they finally met the weekend. And I also really wanted to scream back to them and tell them to keep quiet and go home like an evil queen, but I didn't. Rather than say something to them, I say something to myself. I told myself, they are just a kid, and you're a deaf girl, and you can get back to sleep as quickly as a snap. Yeah, that was a ruined morning. Okay, that's all. Thanks.
Okay, Melissa. Right. Let's see. So that was just 70 seconds, Melissa. So you didn't talk for long enough. You should keep talking until I stop you. And in the exam, okay. So anybody who's taking the IELTS exam, keep talking in part 2 until the examiner stops you. Don't stop before the examiner stops you. Anyway, okay, Melissa, that was okay. It was not bad. It was not bad. It was not brilliant, but it was not bad. I don't believe the story. I don't believe that this is an accurate story that actually happened 2 days ago.
Yeah, but actually it is a story. Yeah, just last weekend.
So, right. Okay. Okay. Well, right. Fine. It could happen. It just sounded. It sounded like you weren't speaking off the cuff. So, for example, something about you said I could get back to sleep as quickly as a snap. I don't there is no such expression in English. So I'm not sure what expression you were trying to say, but I could get back. What you meant is I could get back to sleep quickly. I could get back to sleep quickly. There's no such thing as like as quickly as a snap or anything. Just get back to sleep quickly. Let's see. There was one good expression that you used. So you said, "I wanted to scream back at them."
At. Is that at?
That was.
Did I say?
Yeah,
did
actually,
I
I think you said two.
Scream back to them.
You did, yeah. I didn't want to embarrass you, so I corrected it there. So the sentence you said was almost right, but it should be scream back at them.
Okay.
Scream back,
Cool.
and that would be a good phrase. Another time you said they were making happy laughing. They were making happy laughing. So no, we can't say they were making happy laughing. They were. Does anybody know how could we say that?
Happy noise. Happy.
So Maggie, yeah, very good. Yeah, Maggie and Echo are both kind of right. Yeah, so they were laughing out loud, or they were laughing happily. I think that's the best one, maybe laughing happily. Laughing loudly. So those are all good. Yeah. So they were laughing out loud, or laughing loudly, or laughing happily. And let's see. Yeah, that was so that was it. Oh yeah, one last thing then, Melissa. Just the general idea. So I think you would have. So you didn't really talk about children behaving badly because they were just playing. You know, it wasn't really behaving badly. So I think you would have to say like they were fighting or something, or shouting at each other or something. Whereas it sounded like they were like you said they were laughing, they were making noise and running around.
Yeah, they were
really
making noise
badly.
and early morning in the street.
Yeah, sure, but it's still not really behaving badly. Like,
cool.
Yeah, it's just children playing early in the morning. But so you'd have to say like that maybe they were fighting or something, or they were shouting at each other, or screaming at each other. That would be behaving badly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Melissa. All right. Okay. We've just got like 20 minutes left, so I want to go on to part 3, the part 3s of these topics. So we'll go back first to the topic about conversation and the boring conversation. So these part 3 questions are all about conversations in general. So again, if you want to try and answer some part 3 questions, then just put up your hand. So anybody who wants to try part 3, and the first person to answer this topic, I'm not going to tell you the questions first. So you're going to have to listen and understand the questions as best as you can. Okay, so we'll give you 3 more seconds to put up your hand. 3, 2, 1, time up. Okay, so you've got several hands up. So Lynn is going to choose one student. Hello, Julia. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Julia. Hi. I can. Yeah. Okay, Julia. Right. So your questions are about conversation in general. So, Julia.
Yeah.
What kinds of topics are young people in your country most interested in talking about?
I'm sorry, there's a bad connection, and I guess you are asking what conversations that young people are interested in. Is that?
Yeah. What topics? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I guess for young people they are interested in like pop stars or sports, or they're interested celebrities like a famous football player or a famous K-pop star, because they are easily to get to be attracted by
these celebrities, and perhaps they wish they could one day become famous.
So, do you think is it a good thing or a bad thing that young people these days are so interested in talking about celebrities?
I'm sorry that the network is so bad. So wait a
Okay.
moment.
No problem. So I'll ask the question again. So, is it a good thing or a bad thing that young people these days are so interested in talking about celebrities? We've lost Julia. Okay. All right. So we'll go and get another student.
Bonsoir.
Hello.
Good.
Hi, Echo.
Hi. Hi.
All right, Echo.
Okay. So
your first question is, how can we tell when somebody is interested in our conversation, or how can we tell whether someone is interested in a conversation or not?
Actually, I think we can see whether the people are interested in our questions in some ways. Firstly, if he or she is interested in your topic, he or she will respond to you immediately and with many words instead of staying silence. Secondly, you could see from his body languages is some body languages shows that they just want to go. For example, if they are talking with you, but the body position shows that they are going to another direction, which means they want to go. Finally, you can just follow your own feel. For example, if you are talking cosmetics with boys, they won't be interesting.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, Echo. So what should we do? What should we do if we're in a situation where we're talking to somebody and they are clearly not interested in the conversation?
Actually, I think as far as I am concerned, sometimes we should change the topic because the conversation is a mutual behavior. We should also consider others' feelings and ideas. So we should to think about what he or she will like, and then we could find a topic that both of us can get pleasure from it. And sometimes if the topic is about serious problems like during the job work, actually you have no any other choices because you have to do it. It's your job. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Last question for you, Echo. Is it more important to be good at speaking or good at listening?
To tell the truth, I'm always the speaker. I'm always quite like dominating in the conversations. For me, I think sometimes you need to listen. But when I'm talking to somebody I don't like or I can't agree with him, I could not help but to speak out my opinions and ideas to tell him I'm not agree with you. So I think sometimes listening is also important, even if I am too good at speaking out. Because in this way that you can make others feel you are respecting him.
Thank you, Echo. Okay. Overall, pretty good, especially. So I think I asked you 3 questions. Your first 2 answers were pretty good, Echo. Your third answer was not as good, but your first 2 were pretty good. So you, especially your first one, actually, you really explained that idea fully about the importance of body language and about how you can tell when somebody's not interested in the conversation. You explained that very well. and you spoke quite fluently in all three answers. So the first two were really quite good. And I want to highlight a good phrase that you used. Change the topic. So she said something like, when a person is bored, that means you need to change the topic. Very good. Good phrase there. You used that well. A couple of corrections. So let's see. In your third, the problem with your third question was, the question was, is it more important to be good at speaking or good at listening? The problem was you talked about yourself, Echo. You talked continually about yourself. I am a person, or I'm someone who likes to speak. For me, I. The problem with that in part 3, Echo, is that part 3 is not about you and what you do every day. It's about the world in general and your opinion about the world in general. Okay, so you were kind of taking yourself as an example there, and in part 3 of the exam, never take yourself as an example. In part 3, you've got to talk about stuff in general. Okay, always talk about people in general, about the world in general. So this question was about, is it more important to be good at speaking or good at listening? That's about like people in general. For people in general, it's not like whether you are better at one or the other. It's whether it's more important to be better at one than the other. So anyway, the main point is in part 3, don't just talk about yourself and take yourself as an example. You've got to talk about things in general. Okay.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Okay. Let's see. At the end there, you said something about like, I like to speak out my opinions. So we can't say that. We can't say that. So a lot of people make this mistake, but there's no such expression as to speak out. For example, to speak out an opinion. So I'm going to ask everybody. So I think in Chinese you would say, 把自己的看法说出来. 把自己的看法说出来. How would you say that in English? Echo, you might try and guess, or anybody at home can guess. Give me a full sentence. Don't just give me one word. Tell me the full sentence.
Express my point of view. It's strange.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. That's better. Yeah, I like to express my point of view or express my opinion.
Oh, I thought it was
I like to
kind of
to express
weird. Okay.
Well, no, that's fine. We can't say to speak out. We can't say to speak out an opinion. It's just to express an opinion and to give an opinion. That would be as well. That would be good as well.
Thanks a lot. And I want.
I'm just writing that for everybody.
I want to ask you a question.
You got a question?
Yes. During the examination,
yeah, okay.
From your point of view, how much could I get? 6 or even less?
Let's see. Well, it's difficult to say, Echo, because let's see. So I just heard you talking for a couple of minutes. So it's not really enough time to give an accurate estimate of your score. But I guess if I really had to guess, I'd say, yeah, at least 6, maybe 6.5, if I really had to guess. But don't trust that. That's just my idea from 2 minutes. Maybe your score is better than that. Maybe it's worse. It's too difficult for me to say when I just hear you talk for 2 minutes. Okay.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's really a bad question. Thanks a lot.
Don't worry. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thanks. Let's see. Okay, same topic. So let's get another student. Hello, May. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, back again. Okay, hi, May. All right. Very good. Okay, cool. All right. So May. What? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. How has the internet and social media influenced people's communication skills?
Well, I think this is a really good question.
Thank you.
I mean, these are questions that I always ask myself, because I think it's the internet and the social media definitely plays an important role in our daily life, because I got friends in the States and I got friends in some different cities, and so without this social media or the phone, the connection, we can't talk to each other like so frequently. So, for example, we usually talk through FaceTime with my family in Wisconsin. So during this serious situation, that we wanted to know our family what's going on there, and then I think this is a good connection for both of us. Yes.
Thank you. But May, do you think the internet and social media has made people better at communicating or worse at communicating?
I think it's better. Sorry. What do you mean? You mean it's in a good way, right?
So I'm talking about communication skills. You know communication skills?
Oh yeah, yes.
So has the internet and social media made people's communication skills better or worse?
Oh yes, definitely. Make our communication skills better.
Why?
Okay. Why? We can. So during this quarantine COVID-19, we quarantine at our phone at our home, and so we do not have too much people around, and we can talk to the social media, and definitely that you can you have, I don't know, you can talk to more people, and then think about definitely with communication, I think.
All right. What kinds of topics are young people in your country most interested in talking about?
I think definitely it's TikTok. This is social media. Like it's really quite popular around the country. So the TikTok is basically a short. You can see a short videos, a lot of short videos, and on this app.
Okay. Thanks, mate. Okay. Sorry. So, May, I think you're having a bit of trouble understanding the question. So, the first question that I asked you there is, it's written in the side box over there.
Yeah.
So
I see.
how has the internet and social media influenced people's communication skills? Translate that for me. Tell me that in Chinese. How would you say that in Chinese?
How is the internet? 就是网络和社交媒体，怎样影响人们的沟通技巧？
Exactly. 沟通技巧. Now, what you were talking about, what you said was basically like 网络和社交媒体方便我们跟不同人沟通，跟住在不同的地方的人沟通。But that's not the question. This is about the skill, 那个技巧. You know, the ability to express your ideas, the ability to listen to other people, like being good at talking to other people, being good at understanding other people, and all those kind of things. So you didn't really talk about that. You said you were talking about how we have the internet, so we can communicate more easily. So yeah, you didn't really talk about the skill. Now, the next question that I asked you was, what kinds of topics are young people in your country most interested in talking about? So you said TikTok.
I personally think
TikTok.
they talk TikTok a lot of times, like a lot of influencer in the TikTok, because they were saying, oh, have you subscribed to this person or something? Yeah.
Okay, that's a very specific like TikTok is one app, a very popular app, of course, but it's just one app, and so I think it's a bit of an unusual answer. So it would be much more normal to say,
Sorry. Hi, can you hear me?
young people, it would be much more normal to say young people these days are interested in talking about online celebrities. For example,
Okay.
people who appear on TikTok. Then that would make sense then. But if you're just talking about TikTok, young people like to talk about TikTok, maybe, but it's such a narrow example that it would be better to talk more generally and then use TikTok as an example of the kind of things of the category of things that young people like to talk about. Okay?
So I should say online, online social. How should I describe it?
So, for example, young, yeah, you could say influencers or maybe people these days are interested in talking about internet celebrities or online celebrities. For example,
Okay.
people who appear on TikTok or people who appear on Weixin or people who appear on Bilibili or whatever. So talking about a general topic that they're interested in talking about, and then using TikTok as an example of that topic would be
yeah.
better. Okay, thanks, mate. All right, no problem. Let's see. Okay, let's move on to the other part 2 topic. So you can, if you have your hand up, you can keep your hand up. Anybody can answer these. So, okay, we've already got one person. So we're changing the topic this time, and here we're talking about the behavior of children in general. The behavior of children. So Maggie, you're back again. Hello again, Maggie.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, right. So Maggie, what are the most important things parents can do to make sure their children are well behaved?
Okay, so in my opinion, there are a couple of things that the parents can do to make sure their children always behave well. Something like they can introduce some good TV programs. Most of them could be cartoons, but they have to make sure the contents of the cartoon is positive. They will teach their children how to be well behaved. And also when their children did something which is not really good, maybe bad, they have to point it out immediately and then maybe criticize them. So that's a good way for their children to know they are doing something really bad. So they have to correct it next time. They can't do it again.
Okay. Do you think most parents do those things that you mentioned these days?
Not really. I think because most parents are quite busy with their work. So, and I think most of the parents got so tired of taking care of their children. Like after finishing their work, they go to home. They have to cook. They haven't finished their work, so they don't have enough time to always take care or look at their children. So sometimes their children do something bad. They don't really want to spend time on arguing with their children, so they just ignore it. And it's really a bad way to make sure their children are well behaving.
Thank you. Okay, and thank you. Okay, and then so do you think then generally children these days are less well behaved than children in the past?
Okay, so that's really an interesting question. I think nowadays children behaved better compared to children in the past, because now we have lots of channels that children can learn from. Like maybe parents don't have enough time, then they can choose good or positive TV shows, TV programs that their children can watch it and learn from it. And I know some of the kids movies or kids songs, they teach kids how to behave well. You have to say hello, you have to respect old people, and they will do some they will show some examples to children, so children can learn them vividly. And it's a good way if parents don't have enough time to educate their children.
Okay, thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So excellent answer to your first question there, and the rest of it was good as well, but the first question was really, really good. So a lot of good sentences, not too many mistakes, and I want to write out 2 of the sentences that you said because they were very worthy of studying for the other students. So let's see, one time you said they have to make sure the contents of the cartoons are positive. Very good. So first of all, very good phrasal verb there, to make sure that something, and then the contents of the cartoons, very good phrase as well. Good. And then they have another good phrasal verb. They have to point it out. So very good to point something out. So these phrasal verbs, so these kinds of verbs in English where there's two little words together, like, there's hundreds of examples: stand up, sit down, point it out, get up, lay down, whatever, there's hundreds of these in English. If you can get good at using these are a very good example of high level vocabulary. So they seem simple. They seem quite simple when you hear them, but not many students can use them and use them well. And here you had several examples of where you were using these phrasal verbs very well, Maggie. So so well done for that. So you sounded very natural in your speech. So a couple of little corrections. Just one time you mispronounced this word that I think you know how to pronounce it. So
Behave well.
how would you pronounce?
Behave well.
Not too bad. Yeah, earlier you said while, or something like that. So it should be well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just in the last sentence you said they can learn them vividly. No, we can't learn something vividly. That's not a collocation.
Learn directly.
I'm not sure. Do you remember what you were saying? What you were talking about?
Yes, because they can see from the TV programs what is right, what is wrong. How can they show well behavior? So they can just see what they should do.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So So I think we would just say they can learn good behavior from the TV program. They can learn good behavior, or they can learn how to behave well from the TV programs. Echo has a good idea here. Actually, they can learn those things easily, and they can learn how to behave well easily. Yeah, because I can't think of another adjective another adverb to go with learn in this situation. So I just think they can learn it from TV. That's fine. Echo is saying learn it easily. That's good. Learn it spontaneously. No, not really. No. Okay. Thanks, Maggie. Good job. Okay, let's do one more student, our last student of the day.
Oh, it's me again.
Hi. What's your name again?
Hi, John. I'm Kate.
Picture, but I don't know. Okay, Kate. Hi again. Okay, right. Okay, Kate. Let's see. So, Kate, do you think parents these days are stricter than parents used to be in the past?
I don't think so, to be honest. Because parents these days, they have too much distractions. They can watch televisions during the night. They can surfing on the internet. They can surf on the internet, or just spend the whole night watching their phone. Some applications like TikTok, Instagram. You can just spend the whole night there, and at the same time they have less time for their kids. But in the past, parents they didn't have much things to do during the night, so they can annoy you.
So in general, do you think that strict parents are better than lenient parents?
Yes, I think so. Because while you were young, you don't know how to behave well, and you don't know what is hard working. So generally speaking, strict parents can shape their children. They can teach their children many good behaviors. Sorry.
So you don't think?
Do you still have me?
You don't think parents should? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
So you don't think that parents should treat their children like friends?
Previously, I thought it would be a nice way to educate your children like that. Then I met my friend Tom. He's an Aussie. And when he was young, his mom treated him like no matter what he did, his mom will say, "Oh, you're the best. You're the best in the world." But then turns out he grew up and he quit. He dropped out of high school, and his mom still say, "Oh, that's nothing. You're the best." So I think it depends on the situation, but generally, if I have to make a choice, I'd like to choose strict parents because they did good things. They do good things for children's future.
Okay, thanks, Kate. Okay,
No
cool.
worries.
I'm gonna send. Okay. All right. So, first, so your first couple of questions, the answers were good. Your last question, the problem was you talked about your friend. So
Yeah, generally.
I already said that in part 3 you should not talk about yourself. You should not talk about yourself. So talking about your friend, okay, that's a little bit better, but it's still not correct. It's still taking one person as an example, whereas these questions are all general. They're all about people in general, people in the world in general. So just like you shouldn't take yourself as an example, you also shouldn't take your friend, your mother, your father, any individual person as an example in part 3.
Okay.
At the same time, you had a lot of good language in your answers. You spoke quite fluently. You had some good vocabulary in your answers. So overall, that was the only major problem in your answers. The rest of your answers were quite good. Just one expression that you used that's not right. You said, I think you said something like, these days a lot of parents spend a lot of time watching their phone.
Yeah.
Watching their phone.
Watching their phone.
So not watch. No, you don't really watch. You don't really watch your phone.
Using
what do you
your
do with
phone?
your phone in English? Yeah, exactly. So they spend a lot of time using their phones, or we could say they spend a lot of time on their phones. They spend a lot of time on their phones. They spend a lot of time using their phones. Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you very
mate.
much, Kate. Okay, good job. Okay, see you now. Okay. OK，我们至少有一个学生问了一个问题，我去看一下。哦耶 Maggie，如果是 which one is better 的问题，可以说 it depends，然后分别解释嘛。我总是觉得在 Part 3最好不要说 it depends，不要说 it depends，最好就是去选一个，然后表达一个看法，因为那就是最有趣的对话。世界上最有趣的人都是有很明显的看法，然后他们可以清楚的表达这些看法，然后如果你挑战他们的看法，他们都可以捍卫那个看法，所以最好不要说 it depends， 然后除非那个问题是特别让你谈论两个方面，比如说如果那个问题就是 what are the advantages and disadvantages of being a strict parent， 除非是那样的问题，当然在回答那样的问题的时候，你必须谈论两个方面 advantages and disadvantages。但是如果是is it A or B or are whatever are strict parents better than lenient parents？ 最好就是选一个，然后说在大多数情况中，比如说 strict parents 比较好，或者在大多数情况中 lenient parents are better。所以最好不要说 it depends， 然后除非问题特别要求你谈论两个方面，不要谈论两个方面。所有这些问题就是 in general which one is better in general。还有其他问题吗？如果有其他问题，可以现在问。然后OK， 我已经说了，我们口语课基本上已经订满了。明天有一个学生不能上课，所以如果你要明天体验一下一节课可以，否则你要等到10月7号，然后10月7号还只有一个位置，所以你要上课的话，应该尽可能的早订课。OK， 好像没有其他的问题。好 ，OK， thank you everybody for taking part in this live class today. Good job. everybody, and I'll see you again on Thursday. Oh yeah，最后有一些我大多数时候我都录制这些视频，然后第二天发布在哔哩哔哩和 YouTube。今天我忘记录制，所以明天不会要这个视频，不好意思。OK，拜拜。